Welcome to the Caffeinated Cooper Show, The Weekender. I am so very excited. I have Ryan Shemen live from New York City with me, and he is an amazing man. He has started several different companies that we're going to talk about today, especially success with teamwork, as well as SpotMe and Cycle for Survival. I mean, that's like magnanimous what I just said, and we're about to find out all about all of it. And here is Ryan Shemen. How are you?
Well, good evening, everybody, and thank you very much for having me. It's truly an honor and a pleasure to be here today.
Oh, thank you so much. I am honored to have you on the show, and I have all my notes in front of me. I have to say, I usually don't go to note cards. There's a lot of times when I can have a conversation with someone and I can grab onto everything that they do. Your conversation was a little bit different, however. You do so many different things, and you've done so many different things. And the one thing that I would love to open the show with is success with teamwork. Would you mind telling us a little bit more about that?
Definitely, definitely. Well, thank you very much for having me today. And yes, I did have the opportunity to launch Success with Teamwork, which is a customized entertainment agency, which is where we try and provide unbelievable memorable experiences for all ages, races, religions around the world. So we've worked with top organizations like companies like HBO, Cinemax. Next weekend, we're working with Equinox, Memorial Sloan Kettering, and the list truly goes on. And we've helped raise millions of dollars to help save lives. So we have direct impact in everything that we do. So my goal, my mission in this world is to leave this place better than when I found it. So I've worked with some of the top graphic designers. We have entertainers, DJs, photographers, videographers, all different types of folks, electric violinists, electric drummers, anything to just, help add some extra flavor to the events, being that I'm based in New York City, where it's a very competitive market, meaning that folks have thousands of options to choose from. So we do our absolute best in order to stand out from our competitors.
Absolutely. New York City is, and I think always has been, a very happening city. There's always something to do. Of course, it's my city. I'm a Jersey girl, but it's still New York City is my city, and I absolutely love it. There's so many things to do, from cultural events to museums to parties. I mean, you name it. But I've got to say, this article that I'm popping up right now, it is in the Manhattan Profiles magazine, and I'm going to plagiarize for a moment. I need to read the first paragraph that they wrote about you. And this was I think it was Valentine's Day, 2018. This was posted. This article was posted on you. And it says, Ryan Shemen is the one-stop event maestro who makes organizing a function for thousands look as simple as making a cup of coffee. He sets in motion international fundraising efforts for global clients and has organized over 1,000 functions to date. That's huge.
Well, when you love what you do, it's not work, it's not tedious. I truly have a passion for it. I love working with people, finding out what are people's strengths, and customizing approaches. So that picture, which is a bit cut off there, but that was actually snapped at HBO headquarters in Manhattan. I've had the opportunity to work with the top actors, top directors, producers, top global icons, and people that just want to see this world succeed. There's been a lot of trial and error, and it's about learning from your mistakes. I've had tremendous amount of successes. However, I've learned a tremendous amount from failure. And as Wayne Gretzky, the great one, says, is you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So I am definitely the type of person who wants to go out there, give it their all, be very proud, and be loud of who you are. So yes, Manhattan Profiles, that was actually their inaugural issue. So for those of you who are in New York City that's trying to get their business out in front of over 70,000 readers in Manhattan alone, it's definitely a tremendous platform that's already assisted my business continue to grow. And it's just every day you truly learn something new. So I'm a person who does organize a tremendous amount of events. but I also consider myself an attendee. So I like to go out to different events, learn about new technologies, new solutions, as there's constantly organizations are introducing new apps, or let's say a new sister partner company from overseas, and these different tools, whether it's scanning your business card, whether it's incorporating gamification into your events, anything, as I mentioned earlier, to stand out, to drive in some new attendees. And that's what keeps me on my toes on a daily basis, as it's very similar to the acting world that you're very familiar with. You know, you could be a star in several movies. However, if you tank in your next role, during your next interview, that opportunity is not going to be there. And same thing with the events world, is that we have organized over 1,000 successful events in our lifetime. However, if we drop the ball this Thursday, that will hurt our reputation, that will ruin some of our regulars' mindsets, and we want to keep everything positive, keep everything upbeat. And we're very transparent with people, so we want to be as open and honest. And I think that's why people choose to work with us, is that we're going to tell you exactly how it is. We're not going to beat around the bush. We want you to fully understand. That way, when everyone is on the same page, that's when we've seen success happen.
Oh, I love it. So what is your next event?
Sure. Well, our next event is this Thursday at the Attic Rooftop, where every week we are organizing networking events for people to grow your network. Because as I mentioned prior, is that everyone knows something you don't know. Everyone knows people that you don't know. So that's what we try and do, is connect the dots. So we have a fashion designer who's looking for top models. We have an investor who's looking for a new project to get involved with. We have makeup artists that are looking to showcase their talents. We have professional photographers who are published in magazines, in newspapers, all over different websites like BuzzFeed, and they're looking to get fresh content. So that's what we try and do, as well as this upcoming Sunday is Cycle for Survival, which is a global effort, and there's a tremendous amount of global influencers who take a part of this, and I'm very proud to be part of Cycle for Survival, where we are actively raising funds and hope for those who are unable to actually bike. So it's very meaningful. I've been involved for several years now and plan to be a part of this movement till the day I perish.
That is so awesome. So I'm fresh eyes to this effort. I have never heard of it before. So I want to ask some very basic questions. Of course, I went to the website, which is cycleforsurvival.org, and they have a million match challenge. What is that?
Sure. Well, there's some organizations from around the world that want to be a part of this, like Voss Waters, like Online Media Success, and many others. So what they do is if organizations or individuals make a contribution, for example, $500, there are certain banks that will match you dollar for dollar. As we're trying to raise as much money as possible, last year we raised over $35 million. So we are literally saving lives, and hopefully through our efforts, and for everyone watching, you can donate as little as $1 and as much as you feel comfortable with. And if you cannot donate because funds are tight, and I totally understand that, we kindly ask that you just click the share button, which doesn't cost $1. And that's that we just want to help educate people and let them know that people like myself, I've lost some friends and relatives to cancer, but there is a hope, there is research that can be done, and eventually we will find a cure to this awful disease. So, you know, I thank you very much for giving us this platform, and for all of you who are on Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it might be, please share this information with your friends and family. It's not only taking place in New York City, this is a global movement. So in London, in China, across the United States, Equinox is truly incredible. And they open up their facilities for us to literally cycle on site. So I'll be there, you know, in my gym gear, biking for about half an hour with some amazing friends and relatives of mine. And it's very upbeat, and it's truly that everyone is created equal, that we are all brothers and sisters, and we all need to take care of each other. That's what my goal is in life, is to be proud, be loud, shine a very bright light on companies and people that deserve it. So rather than the Kardashians, which are on 20 different channels at once, I want to give a bright light to companies just like these, who truly do a tremendous amount of work. So every dollar that's donated goes directly to Memorial Sloan Kettering. So this isn't, anything fishy. This is 100% legitimate, and I invite all of our viewers to actually join us on site, or I will definitely be taking some live photos and videos and hoping that you guys could all partake in this journey.
Yes. Oh, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because that was one of the notes that I wrote down, was that every single dollar goes to rare cancer research. And that is Sloan Kettering Memorial, or Memorial Sloan Kettering, sorry. I do have the locations up here, which I found to be absolutely fascinating, that everybody can get involved. So through all the locations here in the United States, there is something that's at least within driving distance. And to cycle, I was reading on the website, and correct me if I didn't get this correct, but the first step, there's 3 steps. First step is to register. And you can build your own team. You can be a captain of your own team, which was really cool, because this is absolutely perfect for corporations. Everybody's looking for team events to do, no matter what your field is. We all have to work together. And that's a beautiful thing, to be able to get teammates together, the coworkers together, and you're fighting cancer at the same time. And then secondly, raise money. I love social media for marketing. It is such a beautiful thing for raising money. And now, as we've all seen on Facebook, when it's your birthday, you can choose a charity that people can make a donation in your name. That's a beautiful thing. And then third, and this is the part that I need your assistance. You ride 4 back-to-back 50-minute sessions.
Right. So what that means is that you build together a team. So it could be 8 individuals, and you oversee 2 different bikes. So they have loud music playing, and we're just cycling, and they're taking live videos, and photos are going viral. And there are definitely some celebrities that take a part of this, major global influencers, but also relatives and neighbors and colleagues. So it's a tremendous opportunity for everyone to really unite together, one love. And so people you literally bike, and then when you get tired, a friend of yours just hops on the bike, and you continue that for a few hours. And then there's photo opportunities, there's backdrops, there's networking, and it's just really neat chance to see some friends, to come together, to make some new friends, to learn about some incredible sponsors. And again, this is just shining a bright light on the right types of people, the right information. So I'm very proud to be a part of this movement. And it's one of many. So there's CBS Cares, which is another incredible organization.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Anthony Vera, DJ Dubs, as they help pay for university for people who are less fortunate. So it literally unlocks a brighter future for those who are not as fortunate. As I was lucky to have 2 of the best parents in the world, who are extremely hardworking and who are well off. And due to that, I've had an opportunity to go to university, but there's companies like CBS Cares that literally will pay for students who are achieving these milestones. So my suggestion to everyone who's watching is to set milestones for yourself, whether it's running a half marathon, whether it's reading a few pages of a book a night, whether you're trying to get a new job, whatever it might be. If it's a health and wellness goal, set achievable goals, ones that you can accomplish, and just keep pushing yourself, because what I've seen recently is the sky is truly the limit when people work together, and people want to see you succeed. So my suggestion to everyone is to go out there, to learn from peers in your industry, to pick their brains, see what's helped make them successful. And if you like some of what I've said, our Instagram is Success with Teamwork. On Twitter, where we're going to be sharing this video, Success with Teamwork. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, everywhere. So it's truly a passion of mine, is to help educate people, is to work with leaders in several different industries, and to see how far you can really take things.
I love that. You know, you're so rooted into wanting to make a difference and wanting to help that I would have to say my takeaway from just this small segment so far is that it's not necessarily the party that attracted you first. I would have to say it's got to be the giving back and caring for people that got you started. Is that right? I mean, is that where your background comes from?
Definitely. My mother, she was one who would always attend these high-level functions, and if there was ever any leftover food, she would collect all of it and distribute it out to those who are less fortunate. So for me, it's always giving back to people, just knowing that however bad your situation might be, there's someone who's worse off. You know, and just knowing is that you need to just absolutely give it your all on a daily basis. That God has blessed us to be here today. Not everyone was given that blessing, so we must take full advantage of every second that we're truly gifted with. That's my view on life, and that's why I soak up every second. So waking up early, you know, hitting the gym, making those phone calls, sending off emails on behalf of charities, just letting people know of our upcoming events. There's been people who have been extremely successful who I've learned from. And then there's people who are just getting into this industry who have still opened up my eyes to something unique. So for example, Snapchat, which is now a viral way for media. For example, DJ Khaled sometimes has millions of people watching a 10-second clip. The way that you can literally empower people and showcase different organizations, whether it's T-Mobile, whether it's a hospital, whether it's a drugs company. For example, this past week I was learning about pharmaceuticals for animals. So there's just a tremendous amount that's out there, and it's about working with the right people, connecting the right dots, and giving it your best shot, as you will see results.
I love that, Ryan. And you know what? Moms, we don't always know that we're doing the right thing. And that, what your mother has done, I've done over the years and made sure that, you know, just like what you just said, if you have extra food, if you have something that you can give, and there's so many things that we can give. I was in Los Angeles not too long ago, and it was an award ceremony for a charity effort. And this one man got up and he was awarded the highest honor that evening. And what he had done to win that award, he had just your standard single family house, right? 3-bedroom house, 2-bathroom. He gave up his house for 1 year, and it housed 6 families comfortably. 6 homeless families, got them off the street because they had that foundation. They were able to then focus, get themselves back to where they needed to be, and they became independent in 1 year.
That's amazing success story, and that sounds like someone who's truly selfless and believes in the greater good. And although when you're giving charity, you might not see immediate, you know, God is giving you back $1,000, you know, the next day as a bonus from your boss. It might be further down the road. So in my opinion, it's essential for people to be grateful for everything that you have. If you have 2 working eyes, 2 working ears, 2 working legs, 2 working hands, because truly in a second you might get into a skiing accident, a car accident, whatever it might be. God forbid you might, you know, currently I'm raising money to battle cancer. However, maybe down the road, I might develop some sort of disease. That's why it's imperative for me to show the world that I care about each and every single person. So I go out of my way to help friends, family, neighbors, colleagues, whatever challenges they're facing. If I can help, I will. And that's just because of the way that I was brought up. So I've seen a tremendous amount of friends be extremely successful and give back to the community. For example, Mark Zuckerberg, who's now a bajillionaire, he's donating millions of dollars to tremendous amount of organizations. You know, the owners of Apple, the owners of Google, they're donating millions of dollars to help improve this world, to make it a safer place for everyone. We're shaming bullies now rather than letting them do the burning and turning. We're going to actually make sure that the suicide rate continues to drop. So we've done events for PTSD about how, very sadly, many veterans on our U.S. soil are currently taking their own lives. We're helping make sure that they get the proper treatment. So I think it's essential for people to educate, to learn about the truth that is out there. I know that online it can get confusing, being that there's so many different reports out there, but it's reading reputable websites, learning from tremendous thought leaders like Ben Shapiro, whose YouTube videos I almost watch on a daily basis. I think that people need to work together. We are in the United States of America currently. And when I've seen people work together, for example, like this Memorial Sloan Kettering, when literally thousands of people are uniting together for one common cause, millions of dollars are generated, lives are being saved, and it's truly uplifting. So it's something that keeps a glow going inside of me on a daily basis, as very sadly this past year I lost two people who are very dear to me, will always be in my heart and in my mind, and they lost their battle to cancer. So it's up to me is to keep their glow, to keep their messages, their hope, because I know that my buddy Vlad would always be in my ear, pushing me to go harder and to take that extra pedal and to do that extra post. Because something that all of you need to keep in mind is any expert in anything, whether they're a physicist, a nuclear scientist, whether it's LeBron James, the best basketball player in the world, he wasn't born that way. He put in each and every person who is currently an expert was once upon a time a beginner. So any surgeon who's out there did go through medical school, put in thousands of hours in research and dedication to their craft. And that's why in the Bible, it calls doctors are messengers from the Lord above. That, and I'm a big believer in that. So I think that there's a tremendous amount of knowledge out there that people can soak in. So anyone who says that they know it all, they don't know anything at all. So that's my thought on that.
Oh, wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. Every once in a while I do become speechless. And this is definitely one of those moments. My goodness. You have so many thought-provoking things that you said just in there. And we're not even done. I mean, so we can all cycle for survival, which is an amazing Memorial Sloan Kettering Foundation ride that is the $1 million match or the million match challenge. And it's so very interesting. Everybody, I'm going to pop this up there, cycleforsurvival.org. Go check it out. And then we talked about success with teamwork. And now I want to talk about something else. This is called SpotMe.
Yes.
Okay. What is it?
SpotMe is an incredible global organization which has been around for over 18 years. And what they do is they customize applications for events. So for Fortune 500 companies, for any size organization that's looking to engage folks. So this is an opportunity to really leverage the attendees that you have on site. So it's very outdated for someone to just get up there, an instructor, and to speak for 45 minutes. So what SpotMe has done is they've incorporated over 30 different tools to help increase the participation level during live events. So whether it's online or offline, whether you're bringing together 12 medical professionals or you're bringing together over 30,000 attendees, SpotMe is the one-stop shop for the events world when you're looking to really take your event to that next level. So for example, organizations like Pfizer, like PwC, they're taking full advantage of these solutions because you're helping increase engagements, whether you're training your current employees, whether you have an event with clients, and you're trying to wow them. SpotMe is truly an incredible, life-changing application.
That is very, very cool. Now, of course, I went to SpotMe also, spotme.com, and I'm going to pop that up there right now. But I do have something that I want to read from the website. SpotMe helps leading companies worldwide, as you just mentioned, bringing innovation engagement strategies to life and capturing the attention of our over 5 million employees, partners, and customers. SpotMe partners with over 75 Fortune 500 corporations and 200 organizations.
Exactly. So, and hopefully my job is to help that momentum going forward. So if any of you out there are healthcare leaders, you work for an auto company, you're looking to take your next event to that next level, we are happy to assist you to increase that engagement. So whether it's using virtual reality, there's live polling, there's a tool called Word Cloud where you say a certain term. So for example, if I said, what's the first thing that comes to mind when I say swimming pool? You know, certain people are going to type in, you know, water aerobics. People are going to type in Michael Phelps. Everyone has different minds that come to mind. And all of a sudden, within 15 seconds, it's shot up on the projector. And it's a chance for everyone who is partaking in an event to feel like they're really shaping the schedule. So SpotMe is fully customizable. So everyone has their itinerary on there. You could link up your LinkedIn pages to it. So you're able to read people's bios. It's truly a unique opportunity to incorporate gamification as well as virtual reality. So there's many opportunities in there to really play with your mind and to see what augmented reality is all about. And we've seen organizations truly hold on to and retain their top employees and really wow their clients and vendors as there's 5D reality built in. And it's really unique. So I had the opportunity as SpotMe had their sales leadership kickoff in New York City. So they flew all the global sales representatives from around the world to New York City, where we had an opportunity to go to some Knicks games, to some delicious restaurants. And we were literally using this app throughout. So whether we were going to a conference room, whether we were going to a specific hotel, we were able to use the maps and all the different features in order for us to stay connected, for everyone to be on the same page. And the neat thing about SpotMe is that within seconds you could update it. So let's just say last second we got front row tickets to see the Tonight Show. We could literally pop that in and add that into the schedule. If there's a new speaker, a new agenda, if we're adding a date to the conference, since it's such a big success, you're able to do that in literally seconds. So it's very unique opportunity for event planners.
Wow, my brain is absolutely racing because my background is in marketing, corporate marketing. And so I've been to many, many annual meetings, awards ceremonies, all types of things. And this is completely applicable. This makes it so much more fun because like I was mentioning before, we're always looking for team building events, right?
Definitely.
This just supplements that team building event. You must have it. And I have SpotMe on here. So on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, it's all just straightforward SpotMe, correct?
Exactly. It's spotme.com. My name is Ryan Shemen on LinkedIn. You can find me on Facebook. I have over 18,000 LinkedIn connections, so I hope each and every one of you who are watching are going to add me. And I'd be very happy to schedule a demonstration for you to walk you through the entire platform, as it is complex, but once you understand all the different tools, it is truly a lifesaver. As for someone like me, someone who has organized over 1,000 events in my lifetime, under my bed is thousands of business cards, and it's just too much time for one man to go through all of that. So literally with SpotMe, you could just scan a business card. It takes a photo of it. It grabs all the important information. You could drop it into an Excel file. So from your phone, you could be using this information. And later on, when you're back at the hotel room and you're by your laptop, within seconds, it synchronizes. So it truly saves people a lot of time. And everyone knows time is money. So, if I want to be hitting the gym and maximizing my time on a daily basis, SpotMe is truly a game-changing, a disruptor within the events world. And I'm very honored to be a part of their growing team. And if anybody has any questions afterwards, I'd be very happy to answer them.
Oh, that's fantastic. I just absolutely love this. I do want to pop this up. So Glenda, she is saying hello from New Orleans. And then we have straight up from Texas, Bobby is on here saying hello. So we do have several people tuning in. Is Juan, as well as Charlene. Oh, Miss Glam in Scotland.
Oh, of course. Well, Charlene, we miss you very much here in the Big Apple. We can't wait to have your entire family coming back to New York City. So Glam is a very good friend of both of ours, and she is someone who always has an extra large smile on her face. And she is someone who just gives it her absolute all on a daily basis. Shout out to John Thomas, who's messaging us too. There's many people who do their absolute best on a daily basis to pull as many strings together because time is our most precious item that you can have. You could buy a laptop, you could buy an iPhone, you cannot buy time. That is not something that's available, so that's why it is our most precious item that we do have, and that's why we must cherish every second, every opportunity. God put you on earth for this reason. So your show is helping empower people, helping educate people, helping shine a bright light on folks on a global. So I highly encourage anybody who wants to be a part of this show. This is definitely a tremendous opportunity to share your story, to share your businesses, whether it's successes or even failures. Failures, those are just more expensive lessons. But, in life, it's just about not repeating those mistakes, learning from trends, seeing what has made people successful. Bitcoin and Amazon and all these stocks started at $0 and have skyrocketed. And you're seeing these different trends. So next is going to be blockchain that we're going to be hearing a lot about. And there's just several different buzzwords. So it's constantly keeping your finger on the pulse and learning from folks who have made major dents in society today. So like people like Damon John, who I've had the opportunity to pick his brain from Shark Tank. He's a very successful entrepreneur, someone who literally started with a few $1,000 loan and is now a multi-billionaire who's got billboards all over several cities. So it's just incredible to see what happens when people unite together. So that is why I launched the company Success with Teamwork, is that I myself could do some really good things in life. However, if I work together with people and I'm incorporating other people's strengths, truly, as I mentioned earlier, the sky is the limit. So as my grandmother said to me, and one of my favorite quotes of life is that you should always shoot for the moon, because even if you miss, you land amongst the stars. So I'm just a big believer in it, is giving it your absolute best all. You will see results. Maybe it's not exactly what you were looking for. However, God has a very unique way of making things work out one way or another. So I'm a very big believer in that.
I love that. I'm typing that out right now. I love that quote. Land with the stars. Oh my goodness. I've got to pop this up there and just reiterate it. You should always shoot for the moon, because if you miss, you will land with the stars. Wow. That is so powerful. You have some amazing people in your background. And I am so honored and so privileged to have the time with you to talk about everything that you are doing and you are facilitating. And have I left anything out?
No, this has really been a tremendous opportunity for us to learn about each other's backgrounds. And I appreciate this opportunity for folks who didn't already know about Cycle for Survival, who haven't heard of Success with Teamwork and other projects that we're involved in. As we just did a film festival, we're helping release a novel by Steve Stanulus, who's got an extremely exciting story. I was also in a film called American Brawler, which is going to be hitting theaters soon, and that's with Zach McGowan and Amy Smart. So there's just a tremendous amount that's going on, and I'm truly honored to be working with some of the brightest people on earth. And there's folks like Michael Jai White, who's made a major impact in the film world, and he gave back and helped out with Urban Action Showcase. And several other organizations where these people who already have millions of followers, who don't need our platforms, but they do it in order to enlighten future generations. And that's what it's to me all about. So there's awful things that have happened, like the Holocaust and other things similar to slavery. And it's up to all of us is to educate people, is to share that information. That way history never repeats itself.
Right. Wow. Beautiful. Just absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Ryan. It has been an honor. And I know this won't be the last time that we get a chance to talk to each other. I'm hoping to come up to New York in April. So maybe I'll be able to get to meet you face to face. I would love the opportunity.
That sounds amazing. And I want to thank you, to yourself, to your team, and to all of our viewers who push us to work harder on a daily basis, because it's not about being content. There's always more that you can learn. There's always people who have been extremely successful that you can learn from. So to me, that's what it's all about. And for those of you who do want to get in touch with me, you could find me on Facebook at Ryan Shemen, on Instagram, Success with Teamwork. And yeah, ask me any questions, or if you're ever looking to plan an event, I'd be very happy to share some information with you. If you're interested in becoming an event planner or would like to learn about SpotMe, I'd be very happy to share any of that information with any of you anytime. So I thank you for this opportunity, and definitely looking forward to future engagements.
Oh, thank you. I hope you have a wonderful evening, and thank your parents for me, because they raised a very lovely young man. So thank you, and continue hustling. It's so much fun.
Well, thank you, everybody, and enjoy the Oscars, and looking forward to seeing everybody at a future function.
Sounds wonderful. Have a great evening, Ryan.
All right. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.
Bye. Wow, that was epic. That was just beyond epic. I'm going to pop up all of his information here so that maybe it's a little bit bigger and you can see it. And I'm going to read it to you one last time before I say goodnight. But you can find him as Ryan Shemen on Facebook. His name was up there in the broadcast, so you'll be able to find the correct spelling. On Instagram, it is hashtag Success with Teamwork. On Twitter, it is at SuccessWTeamwork. And Snapchat, on you, if you're on there, it's SuCrezey. LinkedIn, Ryan Shemen. That's RyanShemen. I'll go ahead and spell it anyway, because it's a very important man that you should get in touch with. And I'm enlightened. I know you are. Be safe. Have a wonderful evening. And until next time, I love you. Good night.